Hello, this is Roman from Anime Mystics, and tonight I am reading One Piece Chapter 840. I should have done this a few days ago, but the computer wasn't completely set up yet. Um, and we were recording actual anime reactions yesterday, so today is the only time I actually had to do it. Um, I was also told, I think in the Anohana video I uploaded yesterday, that the mic was a bit low. I think I fixed it, so hopefully we don't have that issue with this video or any other videos going forward. Um, anyway, um, if you remember last week's chapter, we pretty much just saw Sanji and his family together. Pretty much just met his two brothers, Yonji and Niji, and pretty much found out that his family has Zeph he knows their location, his location, and if Sanji doesn't go through with the wedding, he's gonna meet with an accident along with everybody else in the restaurant. And Sanji doesn't want that to happen, so he's most likely going to, at least for now, go say he's gonna go along with it. But anyway, if you didn't watch the last chapter, the way this is going to work is I am going to be reading this chapter from mangastream.com. Like I mentioned in the last one, again, if you didn't watch it, I have one issue with this site, and that's that they seem to sometimes put their own, I guess, flair on what the characters are actually saying. Uh, Sometimes it's really obvious. I'm not sure if it's actually what they're saying. It just seems like they're adding words that aren't actually being said. But other than that, they are, well, my favorite translation site for One Piece. Because I've tried reading from Manga Panda and a few other places, and I didn't like their translation too much. But anyway, I am not going to be showing any of the pages. There will be a link in the description to the chapter so you can read along with me. And that's pretty much it. So I am going to start reading this chapter. Again, this is One Piece, chapter 840, titled Iron Mask. And we got the opening page. The fan request: Chopper eats from pots of honey with Beppo, Kumashi the hiking bear, and Bartholomew Kuma, just like Pooh the bear would. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, Kumashi. I'm assuming that is Perona's bear. Awesome. I haven't seen Perona in a while. Last time we saw her was in one of these cover pages as well, when they were showing the bounty raising, the cruise bounty going up, and they were looking at, I believe it was Zoro's, her, and Mihawk. Alright, so I'm on page 3, and they got a pretty nice little fan art here of Shanks with the straw hat, so this must be before he lost his arm. Which is pretty nice. I like the art style. Page 4 is Vivi. It's really good. And page 5. This is the actual chapter. Alright. Right now they're standing in that room they ended off in last chapter. It really does look like they're cloning people, but anyway, let's find out what's going on. You want to know what this is? Well, these are the soldiers of Germa 66. Why are they immersed in water? That's just culture fluid. They all have identical faces. Are these guys even alive? Listen closely, Sanji. Humans can be manufactured. Oh, so they are making people. Gurma has always been renowned as the kingdom of science throughout the years, though it may sound far-fetched now. Even our father was once hailed as a brilliant scientist back in the day before we were born. He was a member of a foreign lawless research team, and used to work right alongside Vegapunk on research and development on high-tech weaponry. Ooh. Man, okay, so he used to work for the government? Or was this before Vegapunk joined the government? Him and Vegapunk together? Back when we were but a glint in his eye, yes. And so the groundbreaking feat he and Vegapunk managed to pull off was the discovery of a living organism's lineage factor. With but a few minor mutations, they now had the power to do what was once thought only With but a few minor mutations, they now had the power to do what was once thought only attributable to God himself. In layman's terms, they had basically discovered the blueprints to life itself. So yeah, they're like cloning people. Once the WG caught wind of it, they concluded that it was a power too great for man to have access to, and immediately arrested Vegapunk, who's now working for them. Get my soda ready. The rest of the research team were forced to go their separate ways shortly thereafter, all because some suits thought they were doing what was best for mankind. Luckily, our father managed to escape the witch hunt and continued his research and studies on Gurma. On his own, he began experimenting with cloning, with gene mutation, and thus with the origins of life itself. Man, it's insane. And what you see before you is the fruit of all that labor. All these men were born right here in this basement. These men are clones of a select few, highly capable soldiers specifically chosen for this project. They are also known as the clone pawns. But of course, none of the soldiers themselves are actually aware of this fact. Countless nations shake and tremble at the thought of our military might. But as great as that fear is, their envy of us is just as great, their envy of us is just as great, if not greater. You can't blame them, really. Strong, fearless, and loyal soldiers, all programmed to stare death in the eye without flinching, while being eternally faithful to us. No questions asked. If their lives are lost, we simply have a replacement waiting to take its place. It takes a mere 5 years to produce one 20-year-old clone. Man. You could go so far as to call this place a soldier depot. 5 years. That's all it takes for these guys to all grow into mature, grown individuals that act like they've had life experiences for over 2 decades. Enough! I don't need to hear anymore. You're making me nauseous. And he sits down. Lights a cigarette. When the family caught wind that you'd recently been running around as a pirate, Niji, we all thought, well, hey, maybe this is a good thing. It'll help that little run grow and mature a little bit. But that was apparently wishful thinking. Look at you, as pathetic as ever. Niji. You... What the hell did you do to Cosette? Ooh, there we go. Right in the face. Let's see if it actually did anything, though. Oh, man. You've committed a grave sin, and I'm gonna drill that lesson into that head of yours. I'd tread lightly if I were you, Sanji. Do not forget that we've got quick and easy access to your East Blue Achilles heel. Stealth? Well, this is unexpected. I didn't even know you swung that way. You and that pathetic excuse for a chef would make a cute couple. Just try and fight back. I dare you. All the blood spilled over at the East Blue will be on your hands. Henry Needle. Kanji reads electromotive. So basically they're blackmailing him. And that's the only way he's able to win, huh? Looks like he has, like, some electric powers. Aw, Sanji. If I knew she meant that much to you, I would have bet that peasant black. I would have beat that peasant black and blue everywhere but her face. If you don't mind the company of a cripple, I'm sure we can arrange it so that she's a member of your personal staff. Good one. Did he just laugh at his own joke? I speak for all of us when I say, welcome home, Sanji. Welcome back to your Vinsmoke family. I'll be more than happy to remind you of the hierarchy in this house any time you want. You are the dud, the mishap, the failure, Sanji. Flashback. Listen carefully. You all are my greatest creations of all time. The result of the more advanced, progressive scientific breakthroughs in genetic engineering that the world has ever known. Your skills and abilities will not be bound by human limitations or boundaries. When the time comes, nothing in this world will deter you. When the time comes, nothing in this world will deter you five from your ultimate goal. Each of you will stand at the head of and lead an army. So Sanji was created as well? Consisting of only Germa 66, which shall continue to grow and evolve thanks to the power of science. The blood that courses through your veins has been blessed with limitless potential. For that potential to be realized, all that's left for you to do is train. Yes, Father! Ew. It's definitely the weak link. The brothers are upset, but the sister doesn't look all that upset at all. He's more interested in learning about other things. Oh, just broke that practice sword over his. What was that? Niji? Probably Niji. Didn't do anything to him, and Niji's now beating him with his practice sword. Yeah, the sister doesn't seem to. Oh, nope, there she goes. Now she's laughing. Sanji is clearly inferior to the rest. His scores continue to fall further and further behind. The results have come in. Lord Ichiji, Lord Niji, and Lord Yonji are all right on track. Their outer skeletons have already started to form, and their bodies have matured into the level of an adult man, both in terms of strength and agility. Outer skeleton. However, it appears that Lord Sanji is, well, as much as it pains me to say these words, there's no other way to describe his data other than to call him a total failure. On paper, all 4 of their genes were in fact successfully modified, but for some inexplicable reason, he is the only one whose attributes and measurables have remained almost constant from the moment of his birth. What are you getting at? Lord Sanji is simply a normal, regular human being. Feel free to dig in. He's talking to the mouse. I made that just for you. No. Tastes good, doesn't it? Sanji, you better not be feeding that damn rat again. Royals must never serve others. How many times must I tell you this? But your mother is long past. There is no merit and nothing to be gained from following the legacy of the dead. For whatever reason, you were not gifted with the aptitude and talents of your siblings. As such, it is your duty to work thousands of times harder than the others. You will be a part of and contribute to the plans I have set for the future of Germa. Being a disappointment and lagging behind is not an option. Aw, did you just throw that rat out of the window? That wasn't nice. Obviously. Don't you dare ever prepare another meal again. Look, I have no choice but to laugh along with them. If I don't, I'll just be bullied too. I really don't want that. Owie. No improvements. He has 0 potential. He's an utter waste of space and air. To think we'd lose him in an accident. This is beyond tragedy. He was going to be one of the 5 pillars that were to lead the Gurma into the future, and yet here I stand, at the wake of a son for whom I had such high hopes for. Huh? Why won't this thing come off? Guys? What's the big idea? Did he seriously go and die on us? This is me, caring. Besides, he was completely useless anyway. Yeah, his sister's gonna help him out later on, I could tell. She's the only one who seems to really, I guess, care for him at all. From the way it looks. Hold on a sec. I don't want to stay here. Let me out. Don't leave me here. It's so scary. I'm gonna die. Please speak with my father. Father, help. They're trying to kill me. We are all working under the direct orders of the king himself. He wished to wipe the slate clean and start over in a world where you were never born to begin with. Why? Let me out, please, Father. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for being born a weakling. Help, Father. Save me. Father. Yeah, I'm not good at doing all that, so, yeah. Poor Sanji. Alright, and the chapter is over. More fan art. Man. Thought his other life was bad. Well, the other part of his backstory was bad, where he nearly starved to death along with Zeph. This is just worse. Can't one of these guys have a good backstory? You know? I'm not saying, you know, it's bad to give them a horrible life to make it more interesting for the reader, but it would be nice if one of them had a nice backstory and just wanted to be a pirate. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, wonder how much worse it's gonna get. Wonder how he got free. Maybe, oh, his sister probably let him go. That's my guess. She probably broke him out, and then he ran off, got onto a ship, and sailed away. That's my prediction. It's like the only thing I can see that would happen that would allow him to get away. God. I really hope later on that he fights his brother again. You know, when he's not worried that they're gonna go and kill Zeph and the rest of the guys. That way they can have an actual battle. Because there is, I don't think, any way that guy would have snuck up on Sanji like that. And beat him as bad. Because, I mean, if you remember, Sanji has, God, what is that called? Let me see this. He has Haki. The one where he can like, see, I guess, see attacks that are coming, you know, like, God, what is it called? Okay, I gotta look this up. Forms of Haki. Here we go. Kenbun Shoku Haki. Yeah, that's the one. Kenbun Shoku. That's the kind of Haki he has, where he's able to, says, grants the user a sixth sense of the world around them and limited precognitive abilities. But that's the form of Haki that he has. He should be able to, you know, see their attacks coming. Unless it's not developed well enough for him to do that. But I do know that that is the form of Haki he has. Kind of like how Zoro and Luffy have Pusoshoku. Yeah, Pusoshoku. Um, but I don't know. Well, hopefully later on when Luffy and them find him, they can have a rematch, and he can beat him. Because I know Sanji could beat this guy. They've been showing Sanji get beat up way too much lately. I mean, he didn't beat oh god, what was that guy's name? Or he didn't beat that guy that was working for Doflamingo when they were on the island with Caesar Clown. But he had really powerful Busoshoku. Um, he they showed him get beat up by Doflamingo, but then again they showed everybody get beat up by Doflamingo. The only reason Luffy won was because Doflamingo kind of underestimated him a little bit towards the end. That and Law did that attack where it like started destroying his insides. Um, and even then he was still beating Luffy in the fight. Um, who else? Now he's getting beat up by his brothers. They have to do something where they have him win a fight. It's like eventually. Getting tired of seeing him lose all the time. But yeah. I hope. Let me see. He said I think in the last chapter that they were going to have lunch with Big Mom later that day. I don't know what's going on with Luffy and Cracker. They haven't shown their fight the last two chapters, and I'd really like to see what's going on with that. If Luffy is still having problems, because Cracker is like really powerful, but I mean he's in Gear 4 right now. He should be able to fight him off. Then again, I don't know how much more powerful than Doflamingo this guy is. But yeah, I mean, we've got to see what's going on with that. They cut away from a few fights in the Doflamingo arc. Law and I think it's Fujitora versus Law versus Fujitora versus Doflamingo. They cut away from. I mean, they cut away from a couple of other fights as well, but I want to see Luffy beat this guy, or at least something happen where they get away. They definitely need to train more because they're not ready to fight any of these Yonko. They think they're gonna beat Big Mom. If Luffy's having difficulty with Cracker, there's no way he's beating Big Mom. I mean, I know they're not there to actually fight her, but there is no way he's winning that fight. And if they're gonna go after Kaido next, I think even Ichiro Oda said that he has no idea how Luffy is going to beat Kaido yet. Oh man, some of these people he's made incredibly powerful, and it's like, how are they gonna beat them? Like, I expected him to fight Doflamingo later on in the series because Doflamingo was really powerful, but after seeing some of these other guys from the Yonko's crews, it's like Doflamingo wasn't really like that high on the, I guess, the food chain, if you want to call it that. Man. Anyway, if you like this manga reading and reaction, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button on on this channel. I was going to say on the Anime Mystics channel, but I'm not putting this on the other one. So yeah, hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment to let me know if there's anything I can do better, or what you liked, or if you have any more manga suggestions you'd want me to do. These are a little easier to do than the anime because I don't have to wait for Belle. Belle and I can only film on certain days, while on manga reactions I can do them pretty much every day if I need to. Let me see, I still got to do a few of the other ones that were suggested, so I might do those later on. But yeah, also check out the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for memes, news, other posts, maybe some anime music videos I might post every once in a while. But until next week, bye.